I had the Visian EVO ICL. When I think back about this procedure and what it's done for me, I really consider it a miracle of modern medicine. I really can't believe that this is a thing, that I have lived my life and now I can see.
We're just going over an interesting case about one of my patients that came in with a really high prescription, was outside the range for typical laser eye surgery, but we found that she was a great patient for implantable contact lens, which is more or less what we do is place a contact lens inside the eye, so you don't feel it, you don't see it, and it contains the whole prescription and allows somebody to basically function like they would with their normal contacts or glasses, but not have to worry about the hassle that those bring. What was unique about this case was she also had nystagmus, and so with nystagmus the eyes are moving back and forth, and it can make it some things a little more challenging. So there was some questions and concerns regarding would implantable contact lens be a reasonable choice. Somebody with nystagmus doesn't necessarily have that much more movement than the standard patient, so we felt confident that the lens would stay in the proper position and correct it short term and long term.
When I came in for my pre-op evaluation, I had very low expectations. I was frankly shocked when Dr. Wiley told me that this was something that could help me. I was particularly appreciated when I asked him if this was your family member, if this was your kid, would you recommend this? Because I was very skittish about it, and he said that he would, and that was reassuring to me. The surgery is technically reversible in that the lens can be taken out, and I think that was actually really the deciding factor for me when I was on the fence about it. Was ultimately I figured, really, what do I have to lose? That in a month or two we could take out the lenses and I wouldn't be in any different position than I was in when I started. The healing process, it took a couple of weeks. I had a little bit of discomfort in one of my eyes for about a week or two afterwards, and that got better with time. But I was functioning fully, back to work the next week. After the procedure, I did notice that when it was dark out, or if I was in a dimly lit space, I would have halos, which was something I was not expecting beforehand. So I was really grateful when I came back for follow-up and found out that there was a drop that I could use as needed that would help to constrict down the size of my pupil, which was the cause of why I was having the halos, was that in the darkness my pupils were getting big and I was seeing a little bit around the lens in my eye, and those drops worked like a charm and I can just use them as needed. And then another thing that I like even better, that I was told that I could just, in a dimly lit space, if I just turn on a little light, or if I'm driving, turn on a little light, that it helps to constrict down the pupils, and then it was resolved. So I was really happy about that. So I was very excited to see Dr. Wiley the day after surgery. I was, briefly kind of overwhelmed with the experience of this person having been able to make such a huge impact in my life.
More or less a very unique case with a high prescription, movement of the eyes that did great with implantable contact lens, and it's a great procedure anyways, but particularly good for this particular patient.
This surgery is miraculous to me because having lived, 30 years not being able to see and never thinking that that was ever going to change. People would tell me, oh, maybe someday, maybe you'll have a bionic eye someday. Like that was my only hope, frankly. And for this to have just been a thing that was literally right down the road from me, it's just really bananas to me.